Alright, welcome back. So for this video we're gonna look at how to create a tail behind your characters. I have my character, he moves across the screen. We want that character to kind of create almost like a ghost effect, right? Where we want to have the character, several of them behind it kind of following along. So let's go ahead, we're gonna start with the green flag first. So just when we hit the start button, it's gonna go ahead and do that. And we want to initialize this to go to the middle. And I guess it's not quite in the middle there now. So let's go ahead and do 0, and we'll do 0 there. So if we hit the green flag, character's going to the middle. All right, so now we're going to add a forever. Okay, and then we're going to tell it to just follow our mouse pointer. Oh, not point towards. Go to... Oops. Man, looked right past it. Let's go to the mouse pointer. And then, now at this point, if we wanted to, just hit the green flag, it's going to follow along, right? But there's no effect there that we want. So let's go ahead and move him back down here. And we're going to create a clone. Okay, so what we want to do is create a clone of this character. Okay, so that'll be the first part. Now the next part is we want to say when I start as a clone, what's going to happen? Well, we're going to just, this can depend on how long of a tail you want. Okay, so I'm going to say just 10, so we're going to kind of have 10 of these characters behind. And we're going to use the looks here where it says, now it says change color effect, but what we really want to do is we want to change the ghost effect. And now we could just do 25, and let's just see what that looks like. We can kind of see how it's not super lengthy, right? But if we went ahead and changed this to 10, now we're going to go ahead and see how it's lengthened this out a little bit. Okay, and actually might be a little bit too long. Okay, so let's go ahead and say that we're going to, at the end of that repeat 10, we're going to delete this clone. All right, so let's go ahead, go to Control, and say delete this clone. All right, so if we hit this, there's our ghost effect. Not too bad, kind of fun, kind of mesmerizing. Now you could even take this a little bit step further, is if you add a color effect into this, or whatever you wanted. I think the color effect looks kind of interesting with it. And we could say 25, let's just make it 10, just see what happens with this. So now we're going to change the ghost effect by 10, and we're going to change the color effect by 10. And so now we have this, which is really kind of a interesting thing. And you could change that however you want. You could make it 25. Let's just see what that does. And now we get more colors introduced. Okay, so that's kind of how you create that effect, the tail behind the character. Now if you wanted to get rid of the color because you just wanted it this way, totally could do that. And now you got the ghost effect right here. All right, kind of a simple little coding, but kind of a neat thing to have with Scratch there. So hopefully that you learned something new, and good luck with your coding.